The NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's hooking up new customers. Play just $5. Get $100 in bonus funds when you use sign-up code NBA SGPN. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No me, no the voice of the guy. It's me, really real, a villain real, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. All right. Coming off a smooth, solid day on a Monday for me, cashed the lock of Minnesota laying 14.5 against the Dallas Mavericks. Coming off of a win, it was a great fade. Really, I mean, no, there was no point in trusting the Mavericks and, coming anywhere close into that game. So, very easy play of playing Minnesota. Nas Reed to all those who celebrate. Nas Reed to you. Nas Reed to all of those who celebrate. All right. Didn't get the dog, though. I sat here and I said it. I said Pistons all by 15 or by 16. And I was like 15 or 16, 15 or 16. I said, you know what? 16. Pistons won by 15. Congrats to those that cash Pistons to cover the spread as well. Pistons continue to be a wagon here. Got the nerd Lonte Smith with me as well here that I can talk about the faces of this Pistons team, who I talked about in the early this part of the season how much I love them and let me down. And then they have proceeded to absolutely show why I love them again. So another custom cover for the Pistons team. Lonte, what's going on?
Yeah, man, doing good. Ready to get into it. Big game. They got a big game tonight that we'll talk about in a second.
Yeah, big back to back for the Pistons that we are going to get into. A lot of things happened in association yesterday. M- about 50-50 in the picks and what's going on. Shout out to the chat. I'm just paying attention to the chat. My bad, chat. What's going on, chat? Everybody in the chat. Free Sauce, Aaron. See a whole bunch of people in there. D Johnson. What's that? Terry Rozier. What's up? What up? What up? What up? A whole bunch of people going in the chat. Much love, youtube.com/NBA Gambling Podcast if you've never been in the chat. But yes, exactly on script for the Miami Heat. Spread was -1, -1.5. Heat win by 2. So they get the back to back against the New York Knicks. Donovan Mitchell does Donovan Mitchell things. Giannis leaves with injury in the Milwaukee Bucks game. Philadelphia 76ers. All right, Clippers, you win this round. I'm still going to fade the Clippers every chance I get, but Clippers get a cover for once in a blue moon. They actually get the cover in Philly, +5.5. And OKC destroyed New Orleans. They didn't get the cover though. Interesting. And the Bulls. Okay, so Scott's not here, and Lonte, I know that we didn't talk with you about how we feel about the Bulls. Well, maybe Scott has, but I know I haven't talked to you about how I feel about the Bulls. And I mean, we know this Bulls team. This Bulls team is going to be one of those slightly above around 500 teams that are going to make the play in. And I said, we're going in a downswing of this Bulls team right now where they're playing horrible basketball. It seems like they may be an upswing because they just got the win as a 12.5 to 14-point dog on the road in Denver. I mean, this is what the Bulls are going to do. I'm almost positive this is what they're going to do, Lonte. They're going to be good, 4 to 5 games above 500, and then they're going to suck themselves down back to 500, and then they'll probably go 4 to 5 games above 500 again, and then go right back down. And it's going to be this up and down, up and down, up and down. Shout out to the Chicago Bulls, though.
Yeah, I mean, they're young. Kobe White's coming back too, so it's kind of put a little damper in what the chemistry was. Guys in and out of the lineup, but I mean, that's typically what you get from a team that's probably going to hover between 40 and 43 wins. I mean, typically that's the Billy Donovan zone. So, um, yeah, I mean, they started off really well. They do punch up well when they play against teams that, and they're
Who was
Oh,
it? Somebody in the chat said it yesterday. The Bulls are playing somebody that is good, so the
yeah,
Bulls are going to play good.
yeah, they punch up well. But I mean, it just can't, like you said, it just can't be consistent. I mean, prior to that, I think they lost 4 or 5 or 6, something like that. So, I mean, just getting some consistency going, probably should do them well. But I mean, that's just what you expect from a team that's going to be within that 40 win zone between the high 30s and the low 40s. So, typically, what I can expect, I mean, I always look to take points with them when they're a big dog or a dog of, over 5.5 because they're just a volatile team.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It was, I'm pretty sure it was JT yesterday too. He's in the chat. Shout out JT. Shout out to the whole chat going crazy. Fade the Bulls versus bad teams, take them versus good teams. Yep. That has been a philosophy about the Bulls for years. And sorry I forgot about it. We should have definitely been on the Bulls yesterday. But that Nuggets team, pure wagon. Can't wait to bet them in their next game. All right. We've got a slate to talk about. Let's go ahead and get to it. But first, got to make sure everybody is geared up for the holidays at the SGPN merch store. We've got all your holiday merch. Go over there, get into the holidays, get into all the action, get a refs or terrorist hoodie while you're at it. By the way, over there, promo code HOLIDAY for 25% off everything in the merch store. Yes, everything over there. Promo code HOLIDAY for 25% off. And that's store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com if you didn't know how to get to that merch store. All right, let's get into it. First game up on the docket. Lone 7 p.m. game here on the slate. We've got the Golden State Warriors on the road going to play the Orlando Magic. Magic catching 3.5 at home here. 223.5 is total. Injury report, and we've got Buddy Hield is a probable. Jonathan Kuminga's out, and we've got Jalen Suggs is a questionable with Paulo Banchero out. All right. That's actually a really good shirt idea. I'm gonna funnel that up. All right. Let's see here. So Orlando's been better. Golden State has been good pretty much all season. We've got Golden State, Orlando, by the way, in the past 5 games are 3-2 straight up, 3-2 against the spread. Golden State's 4-1. Golden State this season on the first leg of a back to back, I believe it's pretty good. Yes, 3-1 ATS. I knew somebody in the chat had mentioned that earlier this season. 3-1 ATS for the Warriors on the first leg of a back to back this season. They've been really solid there. So, Lonte, two pretty decent basketball teams. The Magic have found their footing and starting to tick up, and the Warriors have been good all season. What do you like here?
Yeah, it's a good game. I think the reason why Orlando's kind of trending up is a little bit is because they've been playing better defensively. They've held, I think, 3 of their last 5 opponents to under 115 points. So that's really well. They did not start off defending well. Also, the emergence of Desmond Bain. I mean, they're 3-1 their last 4. Bain's averaging 22.3 points per game during that stretch. But they do struggle. I mean, they have been under their like big two. Like they've been fairly good at home ATS, but so far not so good. 2-5 ATS at home. When you contrast that with Golden State, they've won and covered 4 of the last 5. 3 of their 4 road wins did come in the road trip that they're on right now. 2 of those wins they probably should have lost. I mean, Steph is just that good. But I'm gonna take the home dog here, especially if Jalen Suggs is able to go. Obviously, he's a big piece to the defensive scheme and how they want to defend Curry, and I think that's critical here. So I'm going to take the 3.5. I think we see a lower scoring game, but Orlando's defense still coming to play. So let's go under and Magic plus 3.5.
All right. So I'm not sure how I kind of want to peg the game to go. I mean, I think I'm with you. I do think it's a competitive game. I'm not 100% certain if the home court is the biggest deal for me in the Orlando Magic anymore. Honestly, they really haven't been the best at home this season. 2-5 against the spread. They are 4-3, so I'll give them that. But 2-5 to the number hasn't been the best to play. The offense has been very questionable at times, and without friends, not friends, but without Paulo Banchero, I just don't know how good I personally feel about that. I think this Warriors team is really just starting to just really pick it up. And there are a couple of games above 500. I think they can be a little bit better than that. I like them on the road this season. They've been very solid defensively on the road. The offense has gone down, and so I like the underplay. I think I'm with you, and I still think that the under is a good move. A good move, even though these two teams can pick it up in pace. I think that they both play well, especially in transition defensively enough where they'll be able to keep this game going under, even if the pace does start to pick up at different points in the game. But I just don't know if the efficiency is going to be there for either side. And so uh, I'm going to just still go Warriors. Call me a creature of habit, but this Warriors team starts the game off slow, and then they come and they come on and they pick it up in the second half. Pause. And they pick things up in the second half. You look at the Warriors this season in the first half against the spread, they are 4-10-1. However, they are 9-6 against the spread for the full game. 4-10-1 for the full first half. I'm sorry, 4-10-1 for the first half, and 9-6 for the full game. So they typically do kind of pick it up in that second half. That Warriors third quarter happens, and then they kind of control the game from there. So I don't really want to fade that all the way. I'm going to still go Warriors. Maybe I should probably stick to taking them at home. They've been very, very good ATS at home, and they've had a couple of losses on the road here. But I'll take the Warriors. If I played the Magic, I would play them in the first half. 7-7 in the first half this season. Again, that Warriors first half trend is really solid. 4-10-1. They just have not been able to start games off fast and have their footing. They set themselves up for the third quarter. So I like that Orlando Magic first half, and that's probably how I would bet it. I'd probably just go to the Orlando Magic first half instead of doing anything else here. So, but yeah, still give me the Warriors for the game. Lonte, you like the Magic. We both like under here. Anything else here? Anything else big before we move on?
No, that's about it for me.
All right. Then let's get to it. Next game up, we've got the Boston Celtics are on the road going to play the Brooklyn Nets. Nets did get another win. They are 2-11 now. Boston's laying 10.5. 222.5 is total. Injury report, and we've got nobody on the injury report for the Boston Celtics, actually. And Cam Thomas is out. Hayward Highsmith still out for the Brooklyn Nets. All right. Can the Nets parlay that into two games, Lonte?
I don't know if they can win, but I like them to cover. I mean, if you
Oh,
look at
really?
yeah, if you look at what I mean, the Nets have actually a better ATS record than Boston. Boston's not good ATS. They're also not good on the road ATS. 2-5 ATS on the road. I mean, they've had success against Brooklyn. They've won straight up 14 of the last 15. But I mean, I like the Nets right here in this spot. I don't know if they'll be able to get the straight up win, but Michael Porter Jr. is playing well. They've covered three straight. MPJ is 20 plus and six straight on 48% shooting, so he's playing extremely well. Also, shout out to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown he was asked by a reporter about his mid range game,
Mm-hmm.
and he's been extremely efficient in the mid range. I mean, he's averaging 27.4 on 50 and a half like shooting. He's got 7 games of at least 30 points, too short of what he had the entire season last year. Obviously, a lot of that has to do with Tatum being out, but I mean his aggression has been there. So I think we see on a higher end, like scoring wise. So I think we see over, but I like the points with Brooklyn. I like them a lot here. They'll put a scare in Boston, but Boston will probably pull away late.
Okay. Let's see here. Nets. Actually, from where they've started the season, because for the season, they're one of the worst teams at defending the three. And in the last 5 games, they actually are 12th in the NBA defending the three ball, 34.5%. I look at that because immediately, I mean that's how this gets ugly. If the Celtics are hitting their threes, it gets ugly. I, for one, Lonte, give you a lot of credit. I have no faith in this Nets team at all. So much so that but I will admit what I've always told people, because I will say right now, this is a slam dunk Boston Celtics spot for me after the Nets just got that win. Slam dunk Celtics spot. But with that all being said, I've said in years past, when you think that the Celtics have it all figured out and it can't get bad, and you have the perfect bet on them, they let you down. So I would not be surprised if the Nets cover this game. Boston Celtics laying 10.5 here just to go against you. I have no feeling in this game. I will not bet this game with the 10-foot pole. Totals at 222.5. I mean, if Boston wins, I think it's because the Nets probably just didn't score and have a hard time scoring. And I don't trust the Nets to be able to score, honestly, on anybody without Cam Thomas in the lineup. So I would probably just do Nets team total under. But what are you thinking, Lonte?
Yeah, I like over to be honest. I just think that the Celtics they're rounding into form a little bit. Derek White's playing better. Peyton Pritchard's playing better. They're shooting the ball a lot better, and Jaylen Brown is just being Jaylen Brown. The Nets, their defense has been slightly better. I mean, metrics don't show it, but if you can just look at the eye test, I think that they're playing with a little bit more energy. The bigs, Day'Ron Sharpe is playing a lot better. So I think that I think the Nets can score a little bit. You know, Celtics are high volatile, 3-point shooting team, long rebounds, get out in transition. So I like over. I think the numbers maybe a little bit too short.
All right. Let's see here. Before we get to the next game, let's talk about Novig, America's #1 sports prediction market. Tap into Novig, and hey, you could get a whole bunch of bets, maybe one side or the other side that you're looking on, a whole bunch of offers that people have. You can get a -115 bet on any other sports book for like -105, -103, something like that. Like you'll go out there, search, and get the best prices. You'll always find the opportunity. Novig is available in 35 plus states. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend just $5 or use our promo code SGPN. So promo code SGPN, get $50 when you spend just $5 with Novig. We're also brought to you by Underdog. We'll build our Underdog at the end of the show. But hey, we can get up to 5,000x by just picking your favorite players' fantasy stats, higher or lower, over there in Underdog. Brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5. Get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code NBASGPN. $100 in bonus funds. Just like that. All you got to do is play $5. I mean, you might as well just go get that real quick. Like, you might as well get that real quick. So, promo code NBASGPN. All right, let's get into it. Next game on the docket, we've got who's next here? Detroit Pistons. My Detroit Pistons. I'm about to claim them. Until I don't know, because Cade talking about we should have won the New York series. Like, no, you shouldn't have. You took it a little farther, Cade. I don't think you should have won the series, but y'all had a hard fought series against the Knicks. Yes, it was very entertaining. Detroit Pistons on the road playing the Atlanta Hawks. I've seen this line flip all the way around. In fact, it was just as it says on the graphic, Hawks -1.5 last night. It is now Detroit laying 1.5 here. 229.5 is the total. That ticked up a point. Injury report for these two teams. And of course, Detroit hasn't submitted because they played yesterday. Cade Cunningham did not play yesterday. We'll see if that impacts him being able to play today. I think Jalen Duren was on the injury report yesterday. He ended up playing and having a monster game. What was it, 30 and 15? Monster game. Potentially a player that could be in discussion for most improved this season, Jalen Duren. Kristaps Porzingis is questionable. Ricochet is questionable. And Onyeka Okongwu is questionable. Still no Trae Young here, Lonte. What are we doing? Hawks getting the Pistons on the second leg of a back-to-back.
Yeah, I mean, spot wise, I like the Hawks. I mean, I would like that injury report to be a little bit cleaner. I would assume that Ricochet doesn't play. I mean, he took a real nasty fall, but Onyeka is really important. I mean, he scored 20 plus in 3 straight for the first time in his career. He's playing extremely well alongside Jalen Johnson, who's averaging 20, 10, and 5 over the last 3 games. But I mean, this is a soft. There was a softer schedule for Atlanta. But they swept the West Coast road trip. They probably should have lost against Phoenix. Probably got a little bit fortunate. I think they were down like 22 with like 8 minutes left in the game and kind of came back and had a run. But credit to them for winning. I think spot wise, it's a good one for Atlanta. So I kind of like them here. I just want that injury report to be a little bit cleaner. Detroit's it's nothing. It's like nothing against Detroit. I mean, they're on the longest win streak since 2008. Both teams are 7-3 ATS. But I think we see a high scoring game. I mean, both teams have scored. So Atlanta scoring 120 plus points in 4 of the last 5. This was on the road as well, while Detroit scored 120 plus in 3 of the last 4. So I think we see a high pace, highly volatile game. I like the home team. Shout out to Dennis Jenkins, who has been really good. He's averaging 21.8
Hmm.
points per game over his last 4. Really good shooter. He's playing well in JB's system. So um, I think it'll be a really good game. I think the spread is probably about right, but I'll just take the plus money with Atlanta.
Uh, very nervous for the Pistons here because JB Bickerstaff in the past few seasons has not had the best record on the second leg of a back to back. He's already, I believe, not in the positive this season. Last season, it was 6-9 for the Detroit Pistons, and then the season before that with the Cavs, he was 5-10 ATS on the second leg of a back to back. So typically, not getting his team up real quick in short notice like this, which is also a little bit concerning here. If this is right, they are 0-3 already this season on the second leg of a back to back. Got to double check into that. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. But because that sounds like a lot of back to backs for them to have at this point in the season. Got to double check that. But yeah, that's really the only cause for concern that I have. I just know in my mind that I've been thinking the past couple of years, JB Bickerstaff back second leg of a back to back. That's just something I don't want anything to do with, especially this Hawks team that can kind of get up and play with anybody. It's kind of hard to determine with the injury report right now. I kind of want to see where things kind of flow and kind of figure out. But one thing that I think I am still going to be interested in is I think I still will like an over for these teams. I think they'll be able to get up fast pace, especially if Cade is able to go in this game. Maybe they rested Cade the first game, said he's going to play the second game. That might also throw out the back-to-back trend as well. And now you have a Cade Cunningham and leading this team, and that's going to be a problem for the Atlanta Hawks. It's going to push the pace in the game. I think they'll be more effective offensively. So I like points. I think over 229.5 probably would be my better bet in the game, but I forget. I can't go against Pistons. Give me the Pistons. But I see the cause for concern on why the Pistons could take a loss here. All right. Anything, what you feel on total, Latte?
I love the over. I think it'll be fast paced, especially if
Mm,
Cade is in. I just believe that they'll be able to execute. Now, Detroit doesn't really play. They actually play faster without Cade because Cade, he wants to kind of take his time in the half court. And him and Duran's 2-man game works a lot better when the ball is slowed down. But I just think that the Hawks they'll make them run. I mean, it's harder to slow the game down than it is speed it up. So I like over.
I agree, Aaron. I think the line is like stupid low for this game too. I get the Pistons have been very solid, and what are the total numbers for these teams? Yeah, they're both 7-7 to the total this season. 1-4 for the Pistons on the road to the under. So and 2-3 for the Hawks. So a couple of under trends there. But yeah, I was looking at this like, man, it feels like this is a really low total. At least I feel like that's what I thought he's talking about. All right, let me see here. What we got next on the docket? Let's get into Memphis going on the road to play the San Antonio Spurs. Spurs laying 232. I'm sorry, 232.5 is the total. Injury report here, and we have for the San Antonio Spurs. It was announced yesterday. Victor Wembanyama. Well, was it yesterday? It was the day before, something like that. I don't know. Victor Wembanyama is going to be missing some time. We already know Dylan Harper's missing some time. No Jordan McLaughlin. No Stephon Castle either. However, for the Memphis Grizzlies, John Moran is out. Javon Small's out. Ty Jerome's out. Scottie Pippen Jr. is out. Brandon Clark's still out. Well, Latte. So I understand the Spurs have some injuries now, but I have to say, I'm actually shocked with the commitment of Memphis to be bad. I think they're really bad. Like I think there's a very large commitment here. I am a little bit concerned that Ja's actually not playing in the game because they might play better with Ja not on the court because Ja's legit tanking. Ja doesn't care. He doesn't want to be there anymore. But the team has been very, very horrible. I don't want the Cavs inconsistency to play well outside of Donovan Mitchell to distract anybody from how bad this Memphis team is. So despite the injuries, I immediately in my head said Spurs are getting way too short of a number, and I'm all over the Spurs right now. But I would like to hear from you.
Yeah, it's too short. I thought it should be closer to like 8, 9. What has Memphis done to make you want to? I mean, they're 5.5 without Wemby. Okay, I mean he's not worth 5.5 points. Not to Memphis. Maybe in another matchup, yes, but I don't think they're downgrade because I think this was like 9.5, 10, if he was in, and they actually flexed this game to be on NBC, and now you're getting no Wemby, no Ja, so that's that's kind of weird. But I mean, Memphis is pretty much fade until further notice. They're 1-5 straight up in ATS on the road. Isolo has not beat a good team since he took over last season. They're not good. They're banged up. Not a good recipe going against San Antonio. Still good defensively. I thought Fox played extremely well. He had 28 and 11. They had like 5 or 6 guys in double figures. They're finishing a 5-game homestand before going to play 7 of the next 8 on the road. So this is a big one for them at home to kind of get things going in the right direction because you're going to be likely without Wemby for probably like 5 of those games. I think he's out 2 weeks. I mean, San Antonio too short. I don't think it needs a ton of analysis. Just Memphis is just not good right now. They will not be able to keep De'Aaron Fox in front of him. I would look at De'Aaron Fox like ladder his points up because he will live in the paint.
Yeah. I like De'Aaron Fox today. I do. I think he's going to live in the paint. I agree. I I I think one Isolo's probably going to get fired. I can't imagine I can't. This might be a short tenure as head coach. This team is horrible defensively. They run this crazy fast pace, and yet they can't get back in transition to be able to defend anything. So it's always this kind of up and down. And you better just pray that they actually do hit the shot, which is crazy because this Spurs team was playing fast to start the season, and they don't have any issue playing fast and going up and speeding things up, especially now with the unit that they have on the floor. And so I think I agree with you. It's going to be a very big De'Aaron Fox game. Somebody was asking for it in the chat. I'm all over it and I'm ready for it and I'm excited for it today because it is the Devin Vassell game here today. I'm calling for it. Uh, you look at Devin Vassell, and when he gets to go on against Memphis and he has the opportunity and he gets the shot attempts, he goes out and he has a great game. He's had 7 for 10, 20. I mean, 7 for 13, 21 points, 7 for 13, 21 points. Now, he did have a 5 for 15, and he didn't shoot the ball the best one game, but then comes back again and has 19 attempts in a game against Memphis last season when everybody's out the way, everybody's hurt, and he still got to 20 points. So I think Devin Vassell's getting over his points prop. If he has one of those magical Devin Vassell games, he's going to get clear up to 25 as well. And I think that they're going to be able to score on this Memphis team, regardless of who's out there. Memphis is horrible defensively, and I just don't think that you should ever take this Memphis team serious right now. So, yeah, give me the Spurs. This is borderline lock material. Like, I'm shocked that the Spurs are laying this low of a number. I know Wemby's not playing, and we were talking about Wemby as an MVP candidate. And yeah, maybe the Spurs defense goes down a little bit because now people are not just drastically afraid to attack the rim on them. But come on now. Let's take this a little bit more serious. All right. Totals at 232.5. Like I said, the rim protection of Wemby, the deterrent of him being there and people just not even looking up at the rim is enough to keep a lot of games under. And now that he's not there, I think that they're going to be more aggressive getting inside the paint and at least trying to get to the bucket. So I like over here. I think the pace is going to be there. I know the Spurs are going to score, and I think Memphis will be able to do more of their part here today, but just not enough to get the cover. Lonte, what do you like?
Yeah, I'm going over as well. I would probably prefer the Spurs team total over. With Wemby being out, they just play more guys and they get more contribution. I mean, Harrison Barnes had 20 the other night. I like Vassell. Keldon Johnson had a big game. I think he had 12 and 14 or 14 and 12 rebounds. I can't remember which one, but I mean the Spurs are playing really good team. I mean it's Spurs basketball. That's what they're playing. And De'Aaron Fox is kind of finding his way back, and he's getting guys involved a little bit more. So yeah, I think the pace will be there. I would go Spurs team total over before I played the full game over, but if I had to, I would play that.
All right. Let's see here. Before we get to we can talk about one more game. Let's talk about the Utah Jazz on the road. Going to play the Los Angeles Lakers. Utah is catching 12.5 on the road. 238.5 is the total. Injury report for these two teams. And we have Filipowski, Kyle, questionable. Taylor Hendricks, questionable. Kyle Anderson, questionable. Niang, Walker Kessler out. And LeBron James is a questionable for today. They said that he may either play Tuesday, Lonte, or Friday, or next Tuesday. That was the words that they
LeBron
used.
fashion.
Tuesday, Friday, or next Tuesday. One or the other. I'm almost positive it's not going to be today. Gabe Vincent is also a questionable. That's an upgrade for him. Okay. Well, Utah's on the road. So, not an auto bet for me. But, I mean, this Lakers team, I guess the 12.5 is people thinking LeBron's going to play. And maybe he does, just decide to suit up today. And it is time. But I just am very questionable. After hearing them saying it's either Tuesday, Friday, or next Tuesday, it just told me that the first Tuesday is absolutely out, and it's probably either going to be Friday or next Tuesday. But what are you thinking here?
Yeah, somebody who's betting the Lakers, I would rather him not play until maybe next Tuesday. But I like the Lakers here. I think they're going to bury the Jazz. The home road splits are drastic for the Jazz. And I'm a Jazz guy. I play the win total over. They're 8-5 ATS overall, but they're 2-4 when they're on the road. This is their first road game in about 2 weeks, so they've been at altitude, playing extremely well, scoring the ball at a high rate. And the Lakers are one of the best teams, one of the best ATS teams in the NBA. They're 3-1 as a favorite. They've covered big numbers in that little span. I think they've covered 8 of 10. They're back home after a road trip. I think they absolutely bury him. I don't think that the Utah guards will be able to contain. I mean, I'm not breaking news here, but nobody can really contain Luka. But I just think it's going to be a freeway to the basket for Reeves, Luka, and then Ayton should have a big day because there's no Kessler. I think I played the Lakers at 12.5. I love the over. Probably one of my favorite plays on the card. I thought it should be probably about 4 or 5 points higher. The Jazz, 125 plus points allowed in 4 of their last 5 games, 130 plus allowed in 3 of those. They've also scored 150 twice. One of those was in overtime, double overtime. But they also scored 129 plus in 3 of their first 4 games. So they've not just started scoring, and they played at blistering pace, which is probably going to convert the turnovers for the Lakers to get out and run. All 5 Laker home games have went over. I mean, I think it's going to be the Lakers probably should score 135 here. So I like the over, I like the Lakers.
All right. Lakers have been really solid to closing out the game, covering a big number. Covered the 8.5 against Charlotte, covered 9.5 against Pelicans. And yeah, this is what Lakers seem to beat up on bad teams. So I'm with you. I understand as much as I love Utah, you really can't take them on the road. This is just a lot of points, and that was making me a little cause for concern here. But ultimately, I just don't trust this Utah team to score enough. They are horribly abysmal in offense on the road, scoring 101 points per game. Sounds like that's in the 90s, like scoring 101 points per game on the road. It's despicable. And the fact that there's a team that's worse than them because they're 29th. So the fact that there's a team worse than them in scoring on the road is actually insane. The field goal percentage is horrible. Effective field goal percentage of 46.5%, 29th in the NBA on the road. So I just don't think the offense is going to be there and be enough. And something's going to have to give in the total. The Jazz are 0-6 to the total. So they have 6 straight unders on the road this season. The Lakers 5-0 to the total, 5 straight overs at home. Something's gonna have to give there. Not playing the total. I probably just play the Lakers. Lay a big number. Go chalk with the Lakers. They handle business and take care of the Jazz on the road here. Jazz home road splits are really, really drastic. So pretty chalk here. All right. Before we get to the next game up. Total. You have any thoughts on total?
Love the over.
What? What did you hear?
Yeah,
Lonte? What'd you say?
I love the over. Yeah, love the
Oh,
over.
over. Okay, Lonte's on over. I'm a little indifferent. I maybe Lakers team total over or Jazz team total under, but I don't think I can get there for playing it both ways. All right. Before we get to the last game of the slate and get our lock, dog, and underdog picks out of the way, got to talk to you about Rhythm. They're crushing it in college football, and they just added the NBA. Make sure you go over there, check out the NBA props and all of that they have to offer over there at Rhythm. Get down on the action. Let's fire up the Rhythm Labs and let's see what Rhythm does like on the docket for today. Let's see here. Rhythm really likes the over in that Piston and Hawks game, over 229.5. They predict 232.3 total points in the game, 54.7% win probability there. So they do like points in that Pistons and Hawks game on the second leg of back-to-back for the Pistons. Make sure you check out Rhythm. Get over there, use promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app and get 25% off your first month. Make sure you use that promo code SGPN25. All right, Lonte, last game up on the docket. We have the Phoenix Suns on the road going to play the Portland Trailblazers. Trailblazers are laying 2.5 at home. 236.5 is the total. That line actually has gone up a point. It was at 1.5. It's now at Portland laying 2.5. Injury report for the two teams, and I see for the Suns, Grayson Allen, Jalen Green out. Drew Holiday's doubtful. Scoot Henderson's out. Matisse Thybulle's out. Blake Leslie's out. All right, no Drew Holiday. Suns started to pick things up some as well. Trailblazers, little bump along the road. Lost 4 of their last 5 games, but I'm still optimistic about this team in the future. What do you like here, Lonte?
Yeah, I agree with the move with Portland. Although it's just a 1 point move, I think that's warranted. Phoenix, they play extremely well. Not to take anything away from them, they've done some things that Ott's kind of implemented that you can see like they're buying in. And this is without Jalen Green. They just got Dylan Brooks back, and they're just kind of finding their way. Devin Booker is playing great, but I mean schedule it's been pretty soft. So this is they got a big test coming the next few weeks. They have played well defensively, but again, if you adjust for opponent, it's not really as impressive as the numbers seem. They are 2-4 ATS on the road, and I think Portland's in a good spot. I mean, they're lost 4 or 5, but they're a couple of positions away from being like 3-2 in that stretch. They're back home from a road trip. They have a higher quality of opponent played than what Phoenix has. They're 4-1 ATS at home. The defense has slipped, and Tiago Splitter talked about that. They've allowed 278 points allowed. I mean, 278 total points in the last 2 games, but I think back at home, they desperately obviously need Drew, but being that he's out, I think they'll step up and be a little bit more better defensively this game. So I like under. I love Portland in the spot.
I'm not there with you on the under. I very much still like the over. Portland has not really been wonderful defensively all year. They're giving up 122 points per game for the season. Now, at home, they do play up a little bit better defensively, goes up to 119. And so they're really solid play by the Portland Trailblazers. I do really like this team, but I do think that the Suns did kind of find something and start to play a little bit better ball here. They just took a loss to the Atlanta Hawks as up and down that Hawks team. Really, we talk about the Bulls. The Hawks team be play a little bit up and down as well. But the last 5 games have been really, really good. Like they've been solid defensively, not giving up a bunch of points, and they've been able to score the basketball consistently. In a loss, 122 to the Hawks, that 133 against that horrible Pacers team. But that's what you're supposed to do. 123 against the Mavericks. That's what you're supposed to do. 121 against the Pelicans. That's what you're supposed to do. So they've started to find themselves into a little bit better of the rhythm. I just can't trust this team, man. And I get it. They're really solid. 8-2 ATS in their last 10 games, but it's just a mental block there. And I'm considering how they play when they play better competition, because the last 4 wins, you got Pacers, Mavericks, Pelicans, and Clippers. We roast the Clippers all the time, and then the Pelicans, Mavericks, and Pacers do all suck. Like truly, truly suck. And like Lonte said, the quality of opponent is a lot better for the Trailblazers than it is for the Suns, who have recently played the Mavericks, the Rockets, the Pelicans as well. They played Orlando. They played the Heat. Played the Heat in a close game. Played Orlando in a close game. Both of those were on the road. Slight concern for the Trailblazers that this is the first game of a long road trip back home, and so it may be a little bit of a sleepy spot here. But I'm gonna still go with Portland. I think Portland can play better at home here. I think they'll be excited to get back in front of the home crowd. I'm with you there. I like that. I like all of that angle. So I'll play the Portland angle here. I like them to be able to get it done. I like points though. I'm not trusting the defense here. I like both of these two teams to go over the total. And yeah. Anything else in that one for you, Lonte?
That's it. Pretty much covered it.
All right. Let's see here. What's the chat talking about? Let me get into it. Reading the chat. Whoa. Chat went out the way. Sharp. Yeah, Sharp's been good. That looks interesting. Jordan Godwin. Okay. Shout out to JR. I didn't see you snuck in here earlier. J Main, I saw you snuck in here earlier too. All the guys, Mike Thompson here. But hey, the whole crew is here out. All right, let's go ahead and close things out with lock and dog picks. Underdog lineup. Got everybody out here hanging out and all that. Lante, I'll defer to you as always. Lock, dog, and then we'll do an underdog.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that Lakers Utah total over 239. I just think it's a little bit too low. Both teams obviously want to score. I want to play at a decent pace. Utah can't stop anybody. I think the Lakers will have extreme success. So over 239 for me for the lock. Dog, I'm going to a game that I think will be a lot closer than what the spread indicates. Let's go with plus 185 first quarter Brooklyn Nets. I think they'll come out, be
Hmm.
sleepy
Whoa.
sleepy spot for Boston. I think the Nets will come out energized. They've won one. They got to get one at home. I don't know if they'll get one, but I think they'll be in position to get one. So I like Brooklyn early plus 185 first quarter.
Oh my. Oh. Whoa. Wow. He did that catch y'all off guard too? Shout out to Lonte, man. All right, Brooklyn Nets first quarter. It's on the card. All right, clock. Spurs -6. I'm sorry. Memphis really sucks. I understand it's no Wemby. I understand it's no Stephon Castle. I think they still have a good assortment of talent. And honestly, you might not need that much talent to beat Memphis. I am sold in today being a Devin Vassell game. So if I'm chalking Devin Vassell up for 20 to 25 points, I think that De'Aaron Fox can go out there, still get to the rim and score it easy. I think that the pace is going to be in there and it's going to be able to play to the Spurs and they'll be able to play fast and be effective. So, yeah. All right. Spurs, land 6. That is my lock. Dog. Let's figure this out. This is that's not enough of a price. I need to find an alt line, but what I will do is, because I need a dog play and I don't, is there anybody that I feel comfortable actually? No, it's not even really a dog. No. Oh God, chalk day for me. Jesus Christ. All right, so yeah. All right, Orlando. We'll go to the Orlando Magic. I'll take them in the first half because Golden State has been very bad in the first half this season. I talked about it earlier. 4-10-1 in the first half this season. Orlando's been solid, especially due to a very slow start where they were trying to they were playing faster and they were trying to figure things out, and it was just really bad basketball. So Orlando's been playing a lot better in the first half. Golden State's been horrible. Give me the Orlando Magic first half. I will take an alt line just to get me above the threshold. Where are we going here? Alt spread. There we go. And if I can take Orlando to 2.5, -2.5. Orlando Magic win the first half by 3 plus 157. That'll be my dog. Lock is going to be Spurs -6. And let's get to an underdog lineup, Lonte. What do you like in fantasy projections for the day?
I love Desmond Bain. I love his higher points. He's had really good.
No, we're not playing Desmond Bain.
That's cool. That's
what you want to put the emotional no what no let's do it because it's either we're right and we win, or I can come back here and say we need to put Desmond Bain on the ban list.
That's cool. Let's
go. Keep going because the people.
No, that's the only one I had.
The people deserve your handicap. Keep going.
I mean, he's played well. He's averaging 22 the last 4 games, and that's directly correlated with them winning. They've won 3 of those. He's had really good games against the Warriors, especially when he was in Memphis, and now he's in a more he's a more focal point of the offense in Memphis. So yeah, I think he'll have a good game. So is it 18.5?
For you talking about 19.5, 19.5 higher 19.5.
That's fine. I think he can still 20.
All right. Let's see here. Luka is interesting. Lauri Markkanen is interesting. I feel good about Devin. Matter of fact, let's just go ahead and put Devin Vassell in the underdog lineup. Higher 17.5 points. So we need one more. Who else? Any other good angles?
Billy Johnson PRA is an interesting one.
Or Jaylen Brown's been good.
Jalen Duren has been good. A lot of Jalen's.
And it's crazy that Jalen Rose is the first Jalen. Like, that's just insane to me. Like, he's the most, like, when you think of Jalen's, I think if you list top 5 Jalen's, people would probably just throw Jalen Rose in there because you know the name, 81, Kobe. Like, you know the name, it's synonymous. But the fact that he's the first Jalen, first of all, the influx of Jalen's to happen since Jalen Rose, that has to be studied. I don't think one name has had so many different variations and been like given to so many people in such a short span, because Jalen Rose is not old. He's not like a super old dude. So in all this span, they heard that Jalen and they say, "Ooh, that's a good name. I got to do that. Jalen. I like that." That's crazy. How are you the first Jalen? There's no recorded history of a Jalen before him. All right, I'm sorry. We gotta figure out the last prop. It doesn't matter to me. What do you want to do, Luka? You want to go to the Lakers game?
It's gonna be dealer's choice. Whatever you got. I'm fine with any Lakers.
Yeah, when in doubt, just go to Luka. It's gonna be a lot of points in that Lakers game, and hopefully, we're getting a little bit of a discount on Luka because they think LeBron's gonna play. But then Luka just comes back out and has another 35-point masterclass. So Desmond Bain higher, 19.5 points. Devin Vassell higher, 17.5 points, and Luka Doncic higher, 31.5 points. Add that underdog, shake it up, 6.57x. $100 gets $657 over there. Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. Yeah, man. Crazy. Jalen. Like the first Jalen. The first. That's crazy. Insane. All right. What a legacy. What a legacy to have. Yeah, I was the first person with my name. What? And it was she just put 2 different names together. That's all she did. She just put 2 different names together. I forgot what they were, but she just put 2 different names together. That was it. All right. Lots anything else for people before we get out of here? Sorry for the Jalen Rose rant.
That's it, brother. That's it.
Yep. Yeah, Jalen Rose is actually incredibly influential, just only on basketball, but also the culture. Also the culture. All right. He's at Lonte XX Lonte XX on X, and I'm at really real underscore at SGPN NBA. Give us a follow over there. YouTube.com/NBA Gambling Podcast. If you're not on there, make sure you drop a like on the stream, comment, all of that stuff, and a 5-star rating and review. Please, 5-star rating and review on your podcast app. Apple, Spotify, doesn't matter. Just a quick 5-star rating and review takes you 2 seconds, and then you're done. With that is it. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just gonna do like this.